Hello Internet, I'm HamsterBomb.
And I'm Timothy.
Kim's joining me today. This is a new figure review video, though it's technically a model kit review video. I've done several of these before, it's not out of the ordinary, it's okay, we'll all get over it. Because Kim wanted to join me today on this model kit review that we talked about briefly on Demonica. And look at that, we're even going to be reviewing the exact same models that we're covering in Demonica itself. In fact, I think we've got almost all these guys, except for the Demoniho, even scheduled for an episode eventually. So it's exciting to get to talk about them. We were very excited to see specifically that Mothman was getting a little model kit, so we kind of all dove in on getting these guys, plus the tariffs were really expensive, so we figured, well, if we're going to pay this much for shipping, we might as well be getting all of them. So we're going to talk about all of them. Really quickly, before I get too far into this, I want to mention that if you want to make sure your box or your model is real, there is going to be a sticker down here in the bottom corner. That little Atlas Sega square, that's a sticker, and it's on all of the boxes. This should be all of them, by the way, all three. I don't believe Max Factory ever made anymore. This is a reprint, I believe, of these guys, but still, we just got the newest issue directly from Good Smile. So anyway, let's move on to actually talking about these themselves. You would think there wouldn't be too much to talk about, but Kim really wanted to show up on this one because there was so much to talk about. Each of us built 2 of these.
I don't think I wanted to show up on this one. You said I had to show up on this one because I made 2 of them.
No, that's not why. She wanted to explain her disdain for these models. Now, I am very happy to have little Shin Megami Tensei models in my house. I don't want to
say disdain because I'm so excited to have little demon models.
Yeah, look, I have a little Jack Frost I can hold. Isn't that just the cutest little guy? But my God, if we're going to start with Jack Frost, I built this one, and nowhere in, this is going to be a running thing for all of these, nowhere in the packaging or in the instructions does it say that these need to be glued. These are some of the worst made models I think I've ever seen. They
do not clip together like you would expect models to.
Nothing snaps together. Absolutely nothing anywhere.
Lightly sit into holes.
Yeah.
If there's a hole.
Now, Jack Frost wasn't so hard to glue, but there were so many pieces to glue, like the yellow of the feet, going to the blue of the feet, going to the white of the legs, and all that being on the bottom, all needing glue. It was just a bit of a pain. And even these...
The parts that you're holding.
The parts that I'm holding, he would completely collapse and fall into pieces if I held him like this, fresh out of the box. So that is kind of a shame that they required so much glue. Jack Frost was a bit of a pain, but he looks good now. He stands nicely.
I want to say he's probably like my favorite looking one because you don't really notice the burrs on him at all either from the models, from where you had to cut the pieces apart. Versus the other ones, I feel like you see it a little bit more on their colors, but...
Yeah, like, if we're going to keep going right to left, next we have Mothman. This one has some articulation, actually, and a lot of sticker decals, and you'll probably notice that the eye shine... Alright, there, I had to manually change the focus over. Kim is holding him right now. But now you can actually see the eyes are really nice on Mothman. So there's decals that are underneath the eye, and then there's a clear plastic dome to give the illusion that the eyes are shimmery and also 3-dimensional. And they have like a weird
to show it the best they can.
Yeah, they catch the light really well. I think they're really cool. They're probably his highlight, even though he's got these really cool decals that are not stuck down all the way.
Yeah, I do have a few. Mothman's one that I put together. I do like the way that the eye shine looks with that model. I like that they have that extra clear plexi part on top of it.
And a little clear part for holding his feet together.
His face... So I initially tried putting this model together without glue, and his face was a little difficult to put together with that. You kind of just have to hold things in place and hope that it goes in correctly.
And but even then, he fell apart.
Well, eventually his face did snap together, so that's fine. And his wings... It's one large sticker for each wing, so you do need to know that each of the stickers are like... They have some cuts going through them, so that way you can fold it around the model a little bit easier. But I feel like they just did not lay well into the wings as nicely as I want them to. And as much of a pain as it would be, I wish each color was a separate sticker sheet inside of the wings. It would just make it look a little bit better.
Or different plastic, you know? It didn't have to
Yeah.
be one piece.
And really the only part we had to glue on this one were the bottom feet, the feet attaching to his legs, and then attaching the feet to his stand. He cannot stand without the stand, even with his legs glued on. So
And you
just
can't
know that.
Yeah, that is a bit of a pain. You can also see this one does move. Actually, none of the other ones are going to have that ability to articulate anywhere. You could argue Demoniho does, but that's pretty much all he can do. He can fold his wings backwards, so that's really all there is to say about that guy. He can stand after you glued him.
I would also glue the feet into the stand. I know that sounds kind of crazy, but it's just, he can't stand without it anyway, so there's no point in having it separate.
So yeah, I like him, but unfortunately, I think that you were saying about the colors, you can see the seams a lot more on Mothman.
Yeah.
He still looks good. The burrs are visible, but it's the fact that we still have a Mothman figure. That's nice.
But it's just like looking in Jack Frost next to it. You don't really see those seams as much. There's better placement of the seams.
And I feel like I want to paint this one.
I do too, and I think it's because I would also just peel off the stickers and paint the wings, because the wing pieces have indented lines in them to show you where you would paint it anyway. So I feel like I would just peel those stickers off and paint it myself.
It would look better. I'm mostly thinking about the fur. I think the fur would look loads better. Even if you just did an ink wash on him, he would look better.
But here's the problem. When we start painting one, I feel like we're going to paint all of them, and I don't feel like Jack Frost needs paint.
Jack Frost probably doesn't need paint, but I
could use a
think
smiley
that
face on his hat, though.
Decarabia probably does need it the most. He is just this Crayola flat red, and if you know him from the games, he doesn't look like this. He looks like he has scales. He's very shimmery. Not great. But upside, his eye looks really good. Really good. So if I can turn it and get a good angle out of this, maybe not towards the light.
No, towards the light was working.
Towards the light was working.
Yeah.
You can see the eye has a clear dome to it, like an actual eye. There's like the flat part of the eye has the decal sticker on it, and then the clear part is domed over that. So it's even more detailed than the Mothman one for how large it is. And I think the sticker looks really good on this one. If you can tell where it is, it's the black part of the eye that goes around. The design underneath, and I guess his eyelid is dark.
He's the only model out of these four that...
He might need glue, actually.
He's the only model out of these four that did not need glue to put together. And what is he, like 5 pieces?
Yeah, that's what stinks. So this one, yeah, I think he is 5 pieces. He's 2 for the eye, 2 for his body. See, like the back has the patterning design on it, and then 1 for his stand. That's the model.
But the stand's not falling out, so...
No, the stand doesn't fall out. He stays in one piece. Clearly, I just dropped him, and there's no glue in this guy. He actually is just, what you expected when you bought a model, And, it's disappointing. And also, why'd they pick him? Why not Pyro Jack or Jack-o'-lantern? There's other more famous ones, but maybe they thought he was the easier model to make and just throw in a box? But then we move on to Demoniho.
I don't want to talk about it. I know I'm supposed to talk about it.
I'm
so mad about it.
This is mostly why Kim is on this episode. So I made Decarabia, and that was easy.
He made Decarabia in Jack Frost, and I was like, oh, yeah, I'll do Mothman and one of the other more complicated ones, so I'll do the Demoniho. Oh, that was a mistake. That was such a mistake. Every single part needs glue. There are no pegs to holes or dowels to pegs or however you want to call it. Every single piece needs glue, because at first I tried to put them together without glue, and it was just kind of a hope and a prayer, and I would set it into place and it wouldn't matter. It would just fall apart.
And upside, you can't really see it, but he has nice clear blue parts for his eyes.
You can't see it at all, though.
In the box art, you can see that they're bright blue, like he's being lit. So if you had an LED on the inside of him before you glued him, you could have possibly made him really cool. But he's so frustrating to build. I don't think we would have had the...
There's no, peg and joints for the pieces that go on his arms.
He can move his head if you don't glue it.
Yeah, that's the only part I didn't glue, was his head to his neck.
Hurrah!
And I think his feet to his legs are the only other part I didn't glue.
Right.
Because the legs were arguably the hardest part, and he still doesn't stand flat.
No, you can probably see that if I held him flat here, like keeping his feet level, he stands crooked like this. It is driving us crazy.
I had taken off his legs and put them back on so many times that I accidentally took the piece out that his legs attached to, and it popped off. So I had to actually try to peel them apart with the glue to put the piece back in together, to put the legs back on to the original position I had them in, because I tried to adjust them in the other position and they still didn't work right. So I don't know what to tell people other than maybe don't buy this one.
I would just say this one's not worth it. We really wanted him, one, because it was completing the set and getting all of them. But two, like, this is kind of our logo for Demonica. Like, we use the Demon Iho's face, a little, smirked up and illustrated a bit, but still, like, it's based on the Demon Iho. So I thought, oh, like, we can get our little icon. But I look at him and I share your frustration, and I didn't even have to deal with this. I didn't glue it. I didn't even make it. I just know how annoying it was to make.
And there are pieces on this one I feel like I would paint as well, or at least fill in like the lines on him. And like you see each of those little packs on the front of his chest. There's no peg and hole system. You just have to kind of line it up and hope for the best.
Oh my God. What were they thinking?
All of those little knee pads and elbow pad pieces, the same thing.
This is ridiculous. Like, now, I've made models before that required glue, but they almost always have space for you to put the glue. Like there's like an area where you can actually like connect one seam to the next one. This guy just said, screw you, there's no space, just attach everything.
I know I said the legs were difficult, but the mask face was also hard because the actual faceplate in the front has no connectors to the thing behind it.
Yeah,
so
that's
you have
where the
to
first
lay
part
it
was.
down
I saw you
inside.
glue.
You have to lay it down inside of the helmet and just hope for the best, because the rest of the helmet does have at least a little something to hold the pieces together, but not the faceplate. There's nothing on it.
Yeah, and you can't really see just how crooked he stands unless I tried to put him in front of you, but that's him standing normally, so I might just have to twist his head and hope you don't notice have him standing at an angle like that. So
I mean, and of course I didn't glue his gun in either. That's a separate piece still, but
at least he's holding it and it's not coming out. That's all that really matters at the moment.
So mad about it. I am so mad about it.
So I think Jack Frost looks really good as long as
he's like my favorite.
Yeah, as long as you got glue coming in, Jack Frost looks really good. Next, I'd say the Mothman Decarabia. It's not a bad buy. It's gonna take a little effort, and you might want to paint Mothman and Decarabia to make them look really good. But don't buy Demon Iho.
Just skip the Demon Iho. And if you were just gonna buy just one, I would go for Jack Frost, because you're probably thinking, well, I get two demons with Mothman and Decarabia, but I
need Mothman because he's the superior being.
I mean, of course. But I would think, the Jack Frost looks really nice. He's an icon for the series. I think if you have just that one, you'd be satisfied without buying the rest of them.
Yeah, we just wanted to have some extra demons to sit behind our Joker or Demi-Fiend figures or Raido Kuzunoa, just a bunch of other stuff from the series.
In yet. We do not have Raido yet.
Well, that one, yeah, we will review that when he comes in. So
what company made your Arson model? Because Arson was a model
I was thinking that because the Arson is like the next only model that I've reviewed that I had a bad experience with, and I don't think I got the chance to discuss all the problems with it because it happened when painting him. And I don't think I made a video about painting him because his joints were just falling apart. Now he's like glued together and stuck in a permanent pose. Yeah, I don't remember.
He was supposed to be articulation too, right?
Oh yeah, he had a ton of articulation. He had a ton of articulation. Yeah. I'm pretty sure it's also Max Factory. So I'm not loving Max Factory models. No.
I mean, I'll take a Bamco one any day. Those seem to always be fine.
Yeah, those are good. The company who did the Metal Gear models also just made a
and their
Xeno...
boxes were so cool for the Metal Gear ones.
I know. They also just made a Xenoblade Chronicles X one, or they reissued one, and I got the reissued one, so I am building that now. I'll be able to make a video showing you guys that when it is finished. But if you have any questions about these guys here, you can let us know in the comments below. We would love to hear from you, and we'll get back to you and let you know more reasons why you shouldn't buy Demon EO.
That's the only reason. Or we'll let you know why you need to buy Rido.
Yeah, or buy Rido the game.
Is that the only SMT one we have coming in? Is Rido?
We have Pixie also coming
we have
in.
Pixie.
We have the
I
Figma
forgot
of
about
Pixie that is
which
going
is
to be coming.
a reprint. So
it is also a reprint. Yeah, I was unable to afford them at the time that they came out, and I could not pass up a reprint of Pixie.
You know, if they reprint Geralt, I'm probably gonna buy it.
The Figma?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm cutting this out. Just kidding. Whatever. Anyway, that's all the time we have. Who cares? This is all the time we have for this video. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Remember to like the videos and subscribe for more. We will see you all in, clearly, the next upcoming figure review video. See you.
Bye-bye.